Here's a little secret about me. I love rock and roll. I've always loved rock and metal music, so much energy and raw passion, and there are so many bands with a wide variety of styles. I don't know why people listen to anything else when this seems to be like the most obvious, best music out there. I don't think it's hard to tell what my favorite band is. That would be the Beatles, because, my channel is named after one of their albums. But I also like other bands like Linkin Park, Nirvana, Queen, and Metallica. But do you know what my second favorite band is? Can you guess? Yeah, it's Paramore. I don't think they get enough recognition they deserve, but I think I kinda know why. I think mostly because I think their last album and a half weren't very good. In one word, you can say they kinda sucked. Now let me be clear, I don't hate the self-titled or After Laughter. They pale in comparison to the first three albums. I really like the self-titled, but there are some bad songs on it, which, ironically, the bad songs on it are the singles off the album, being Ain't It Fun and Still Into You. But there are some really great songs on the album that not many people know about, like Part 2 and One of Those Crazy Girls. Those are great songs, go and listen to them. Which are pretty much classic punk rock songs. And After Laughter, on the other hand, is one of the worst albums I ever listened to, next to Saint Anger. It's a weird 80s new wave album where all the songs kind of pretty much sound the same. It has little no passion. I feel no passion when I listen to it, is what I'm trying to say. It also features the worst Paramore song, No Friend, which I call the Revolution 9 of their entire discography. And if you know what Revolution 9 is, you know that that's not a good sign. I'd rather listen to it than Revolution 9, because Revolution 9 is like 8 minutes long. But, yeah, it's pretty bad. Now, some fans really like After Laughter, but they seem like the type of crowd who want to be depressed, but they actually aren't. And then they say people who actually like this Billie Eilish person who makes bad music that I don't really listen to, because I don't listen to modern music at all, especially if it's on the pop charts. I listen to modern music if it's from a rock group, a good one. However, having said all that, I'm still looking forward to the next album, whenever that will be, and I have a couple of predictions for what the next album, title, whatever it may be called, is going to be like. There was an interview with Hayley Williams of Paramore that gives me a lot of hope. The interview basically said, you can go look it up. It's pretty, it's not hard to find. But basically, in the interview, they said the reason they stopped doing rock is because they were tired of headbanging, and then they missed the old style, basically. Which I don't really get the headbanging part, because I've seen videos of the After Laughter tour and they were still headbanging, just not as much. But anyway, I think this is great for us rock fans of Paramore, or maybe you're just a fan in general. I predicted though that they kind of went back to their rock roots, because I realized that their albums have a pattern that is similar to another band, that one being Metallica. In case you're wondering how they have anything in common, let's compare the albums. All We Know Is Falling and Kill 'Em All. The first album, it's rough around the edges, but still great and shows a promise both bands will have. Riot and Ride the Lightning, the first great albums, and show what the band's capable of. A masterpiece of music. Brand New Eyes and Master of Puppets. Very similar to the last album, but in a way, even better. We skip a few Metallica albums for the next one, Self-Titled and Load/Reload. A long experimental album that could be considered a sellout, but still has some good qualities, is what I would have said, except for the fact that I listened to Load and Reload recently, like today, and they're pretty bad. We got After Laughter and Saint Anger, going completely away from the original sound. All the songs sound the same, no passion, no wasted potential. Though Saint Anger is far worse than After Laughter, because if I had to listen to that trash can snare again, I'll jump out my window. So, if each Paramore album correlates with a Metallica album, that must mean the next Paramore album would have to be either Death Magnetic or Hardware to Self-Destruct, which, if you don't know, those were the return to form for Metallica. And it seems like the interview I just mentioned that Paramore is going back to that style. So what do I want for the new album? Whatever it may be called, or whenever it may be released? Well, I just want it to be good and full of passion, as well as it being, rock and roll. The biggest thing that I want, and this may be a pipe dream, but it's for a certain member to come back. That might not be that far-fetched to ask, because a member of Paramore did come back, that being Zach Farrow, So yeah, the member I'm talking about is going to be, of course, Josh Farrow. Is that how you pronounce her last name? I didn't look it up. I'm just assuming that's how you say it. Josh was a pretty important reason to why some of the early albums were so great. He and Haley worked very well as writing partners. It was like Lennon and McCartney, except that they had the hots for each other. Maybe John and Paul did have feelings for each other. I'm not going to that territory. I really can't find a reason why Josh left the band, but I'm pretty sure I know why, and it would also explain why Paramore wasn't as good as they should have been in the 2010s. That reason is Chad Gilbert. I had suspicion that this guy was a Yoko Ono / Courtney Love type, and while I didn't have any evidence at all, but I think I might be right on the money. As soon as Chad and Haley started dating, Josh left the band, most likely because they used to date, so it's kind of complicated if you, I don't know, you know what I mean. I don't think it's a shock when as soon as Chad comes in the picture, the band gets finally shaken up and changes direction drastically. It also seems much like a Yoko Ono and Courtney Love, I can't even speak right now, but it's similar to what they did to their spouse. Basically, if you don't know, both of them kind of fucked with their partner's mind, leading to, let's just say, not the best decisions, and Chad did it in a way even worse, in the same way Courtney Love did, by causing her to become clinically depressed. That's pretty cool. He also took forever to propose, and then he cheated on her. What a great guy. Yes, you heard me. This guy was married to Hayley Williams, who in my opinion is the perfect girl, and he cheated on her, and then he divorced her and immediately got married to another woman. I honestly hate this guy more than I hate Courtney Love, and she might have been responsible for Kurt Cobain's death. Honestly, I think it's better that Chad's out of the picture. He's fucking some other woman now, because that means he will no longer be in the band, so I don't think that's impossible for any other members to come back if they want to come back. Because I feel like this guy, even though he was not involved at all in the band, maybe he was, I don't fucking know. He has his own shitty band that no one heard about. I seriously look this guy picture up, and pretty much pretty much every image I find of him is literally just him and Haley. So that shows how much talent he has. He's only fucking known for the person he was with. Screw him. He's like Courtney Love and Yoko Ono. Look them up, you'll find the same thing. So yeah, that's my video. And if anybody who happens to be from the band Paramore, which I doubt is watching this, I just want to say that, yeah, I love you guys and gals a lot. You're one of my favorite bands. Like I said, you're second favorite over Metallica, Queen, Nirvana, and all the other bands I mentioned pretty much, other than the Beatles. Even if it's not going to be the way I want it, I'll still listen to it because that's how much I love the band. And Haley, in case you're wondering, I'm single and I'm ready to mingle. I know I'm 10 years younger than you and I don't have a steady job and I have severe social anxiety, but I'm available, so call me up. I'm kidding, but I'm really looking forward to Paramore's future. Stay tuned for more of my videos. If you like rock videos, I have an album ranking of the Beatles. I have 2 more Paramore videos in the works. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. See you later.